All right, welcome back. So I'm kind of feeling the energy today. I'm not sure what I wanted to do. I am falling behind in this Hugging Face course. Module Unit 1 was released. Or sorry, the bonus to Unit 1 was released. So Unit 2 is going to be released pretty soon. The bonus to Unit 1 looked like it's uh, not that much work. But by the time Unit 2 is released, if I haven't even finished all of Unit 1, let alone the bonus unit, I could be falling behind. So let's take a look at the onboarding. Because at the bottom, well, not the, so I think it's the welcome. So if we look on the right here, we can see the course outline. So yeah, so if we click on what is the recommended pace for the course, we can see that Unit 2 is going to be released um, on Wednesday. It's going to be released on Monday. So basically, I have just this weekend here, which is a very busy weekend for me, to completely finish Unit 1 and to get through the bonus unit. So I'm definitely at risk for falling behind. So I'm going to focus on this over the book, unfortunately, because I was really enjoying that book. But anyways, Unit 1, where am I at with that? So I'm here. I'm creating my first agent using small agents. Now, unfortunately, my development computer is kind of in a sad, sorry state. I've got a primary drive that's only about 250 gigabytes. I do have a secondary drive that's 1 terabyte, which is great. It's a M2 SSD, so it's super fast, just like my primary drive. But things my development environment is not so great because things automatically go on that default drive because my other drives aren't my C drive. So let's take a look at disk, like a disk manager utility, something like that. Oh, and you can see what's happening here. So I actually kind of ruined my computer a bit. I could use a restart would probably fix it. But last time I was working on creating this agent, I completely saturated my disk, and it just caused a lot of things to not work so well. So a reboot would probably solve that, but having a completely saturated disk is something that really hurts your computer. And you can see my disk fluctuates very often by like 20 or more gigs. So right now I'm at 42, where last time I checked I was only at I was at 60. So I'm just kind of balancing on the edge of a cliff here, and I need to get another drive in my computer. I have plenty of drives here. I have a 2 terabyte Western Digital, slow as hell mechanical, but 2 terabytes, and I don't have to buy anything. And then I've got a lot more drives as well. Because remember, if you want to work on learning projects, contact your friends, contact your neighbors. So many people have old gear laying around just in a closet or somewhere that they're glad they would pay you to take it off their hands. It's just moving up space. They can't get rid of it. They'd have to take it into like a recycling company or something, and it's going to have a drive in there, right? So like you can harvest the drive, and you can have extra drive space on your computer. You can work with ChatGPT. Like you're trying to, you're and you can get lucky too, and maybe your neighbor or friends is like a computer professional or computer scientist or something, and you might end up with some really nice gear. That was definitely the case for me. So yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. I definitely need to harvest. So I've got one tower here that I got from my neighbor. I've got another tower I got from my friend. So my friend, I've got this 2 terabyte mechanical drive, which will be perfect. Um, from my neighbor here, I've got a 60 gigabyte SSD, which is uh, would be great for a boot partition for the UETF. In fact, I bet you that's how he's got it set up. So what I'm going to do here is just take all the drives I have and then stack them and put them aside because I definitely need to redo my business here. Um, so there are two drives in this. Let me take those out. Okay. So how does this one come out? Yeah, I wish I could show what I was doing like I have in my other series, but I was hoping this would just take. Uh, there we go. Yeah, I was hoping this would be really fast and easy. What do we got here? We've got a Hitachi 2 terabyte. Oh man. So yeah, this is great. So I've got two Hitachi. So I've got all the mechanical storage I would want, and I've got a really nice 50 gigabyte disk, or it looks like it's 60 even, for the UETF boot partition. And then I've got 246 terabytes of mechanical drives, and I've got even more than that. So let me just dig around here some more. But this means I have to because it's so easy to get used to just using the. Oh, and did I have? Okay, that's a graphics card. Yeah, this box is kind of like out of date quite a bit. What do we got for the motherboard? Yeah, I don't even think we got any M2 slots on the motherboard. Yeah, so the one I have already that I bought from the electronics store um, is has the nicest motherboard. These genuinely are old out of date gear, but it's exactly what I need. If assuming I can get the case. Oh, I probably have to open it. I can't get the case back on. Well, this is a new one. Why is that not working? Huh, I cannot get the case back on. Uh, alright, the case is completely stuck. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, I just need to get the case back on this one, uh, which is difficult. The other thing is, remember, oh, you know what? Yeah, I think that's in the way. Okay, that's in the way, that's in the way. Alright. Yeah, I wish I could show what I was doing here, but, oh, man. Oh, am I putting it on the wrong way? Uh, there's only one way to put it on. I cannot get the case back. Um, so like, yeah, so this is my point. Is like, there's a lot of like little annoying things that I need to do to get a good development, but at the same time, um, these exercises on a Hugging Face aren't meant to be um, sophisticated. So really, I should just get the exercise done and move on. Oh, and now it's in that weird state where it's like caught on something. Ouch! And I pinched my finger. Uh, all right. I used to really like this case, but now I don't like it. It doesn't. There we go. Yeah. So I used to really like this case, but unfortunately, it doesn't really. Yeah, this is probably my least favorite case. Yeah, and it gets caught like that. So that's okay. Well, live and learn. I think I have to. I wish I could show what I was doing. I probably can. Um, okay, I just need to figure it out how this case goes on. Uh, well, it kind of doesn't matter. I can leave the case off. I'm just spending more time on this than I thought uh, I would, so I kind of just need the time back. So I need to give this up. Uh, yeah, it just keeps getting caught. Yeah, yeah, this is not a okay. Oops, and okay. All right, that's okay that I can't get the case back on. Um, it's just frustrating because it just seems so simple. It's like, what am I missing here? I got to get the case back on. Uh, oh, okay. I think I got it now. Oh, perfect. Okay, good. The case is back on now. Yeah, so that's one thing I need to do is go and get a sense of like what gear I really like. I really like how this case has handles on it, um, but it's hard to get the case on and off, and then it looks like my neighbor had to modify the case to allow more airflow, which is not a good sign. So I have two more cases, actually three more if you include my Dell Optiplex, because I could swap that out for one of these other cases. So I've got four cases to play with, more like three. So I'm gonna go look at the other case. Ugh. All right, and sorry about uh, not having visual here. So this other one is a really good one. One of my friends was a kind of big deal game developer, and he gave me his old development rig. Which, I mean, if he were to start developing games again, he'd have to upgrade from this. So it's junk pretty much. But uh, it's got a lot of stuff that I can use. It actually has a decent graphic card in it as well. Well, actually, no, it doesn't. Um, oh no, yes it does. Yes it does. Unlatch that. I'll take the card out. Oh, the card's screwed in. Okay, that's okay. I don't have to take it out. Okay. Then there's okay. All right, so I've got two more drives. I've got a 500 gig SATA SSD, not an M2, but that's okay. And here's a really good one, a 1 terabyte SST, not an M2, but again, that's okay. The motherboard, do I have any M2 slots on it? No, nothing M2. So, yeah, the one I already had is definitely the best out of all of this gear, but it was definitely not the best price. All right, let me take the GPU out. So I need a screwdriver for that. All right. Ugh. Screwdriver. Yeah, I think I like this case a bit better. It's a little bit easier to work with. But my one that I bought from the electronics store, I think isn't set up as intelligently as either of these. I don't even think. Yeah, because the partitioning is not good. But the slot of I've got two M2 slots, which is really good. I have a really good motherboard. I have a decent GPU for AI applications. So all I need to do is figure out my storage so that I don't keep running out of storage, and I'll have a dang good PC to do home AI projects on, especially if I go ahead and upgrade the GPU. All right, and I've got another pretty solid GPU card to play with. It's an Asus card, but for its time it was pretty nice. For now it's not so nice, but there's a lot I can do with it. All right, so I'm just kind of putting everything in a box. Um, I'll get some like get a way to make sure that the screws stay with it. I can probably put the screws back in the case. That would make sense. Yeah, I can just put the screw. I can screw the screws back in the case. Yeah, that's the smart way to do it. So the case contains all the screws. Yeah, this one doesn't have. This one is kind of funny. The motherboard on this one says that it's Windows 8 ready. It's the ultimate force, fully capable of Windows 8. Yeah, so no M2 slots, which is a big deal. M2 slots are amazing. Um, Other than that, it's got the PCE 3.0. It's got one of those. Um, so um, it can run a decent GPU. So not a bad motherboard. This motherboard is definitely decent. All right, and it's got a power supply on it. It's got another drive here. Oh, see, I gotta unscrew that. I'll do that. All right. This reminds me of my internship about 10 years ago, I interned at a data recovery company. And they give you back your data, but they don't give you back your hardware unless you specifically ask for it, which most people don't want their hardware back anyway because their hardware failed and that's why they lost their data. So it's kind of the perfect situation for the data recovery company because let's say that there's a drive that keeps failing, a Western Digital something or another. One customer sends in their failed drive, and the one of the reading devices in the mechanical drive is what failed. Another customer sends in their drive, and some other component, let's say a chip on the board, blew out and failed. Well, now since you have both and you claim ownership to both, all you do is swap the parts. For the one that the chip failed, you take out the chip from the other one that's still working, recover the data, and then for the one where the arm failed, you take out the arm from the other one, recover the data, and then what you can even do then is build a working drive that works perfectly and use it for whatever you want in your repair shop without having to buy a new drive. Or even better than that, even if it's broken, you create a sophisticated inventory system. You put the drive somewhere in your shop, and then anytime down the line, for whatever reason you need a drive like that, forget about going to the store. It's just laying there in your shop. Now, you do need to have a robust system of tracking what drives are in your shop at any given time, but that's not hard to do, especially if you hire um, competent computer scientists that deal with that sort of thing. Building a database, keeping it up to date. You train your technicians and interns uh, to know how to scan things properly in. It's there's whole careers out of old hardware for sure. It just takes some doing and it takes some know-how and it's not a sure thing. All right, so here's some more screws. So I'll put the screws back in the case, although they're kind of precarious there because they're not screwed into anything. All right, so I'll put it on the other side. And I wish I could show what I was doing, but basically all I'm doing right now is harvesting all the drives that I have access to because I'm going to repurpose as much of this old gear as I can and give myself a really solid environment to use for development. All right. So the first thing I can repurpose from these old uh, devices is the drives, and just make it so I never have to worry about running out of storage again. All right. Okay. Put the case back on this one. This one I think I like the case a bit better. It goes on a lot easier. Or maybe I spoke too soon. Oh yeah, there we go. This goes on super easy. Yeah, and there's things you wouldn't think that are valuable. Like for example, the power supply. I mean, it could be that as motherboards get better, right? Like they're better at drawing power. So like on an old device, it's likely the case that you're gonna have like a really a power supply that's still good. So like you can reuse the power supply. But yeah, so I'm gonna cut the lids off of this box here using a very robust and scary knife. All right, so lids are cut off, or the flaps are cut off. All right, now I have this box where I'm just going to put the stuff that I want to salvage from that old gear inside of. So right now I've got an Asus GPU, so let's take a look at that. We're going to type in TechCrunch, Asus GPU, and let's try to figure out what exactly this is. So it's a uh, uh, so it's a CR2004P3. Yeah, so I think I'll find it there. So it's a C2004P3. Yeah, so it's a C. Uh, nope, not a. Uh, yeah. So I think this is it right here. This is what we got. So an Asus GTX um 760. Yeah, so very few memory, but it's not nothing. It's like I could probably run a pretty solid LLM on this thing for whatever for a task. Let's say I got all my pictures and videos stored. I could definitely run a conversational LLM on this where it's like, oh, pull up the picture from this then, and it could probably do that. So, not nothing. I bet you this would go for under $100 nowadays, though. Oh yeah, it goes for like under $20. Yeah, most you'll ever get for it is less than 100. No way to get more than 100 for this card nowadays. We probably won't even be able to get more than 50 for it nowadays. Be lucky to get 20 bucks. This is the exact card I have. This one as well. So yeah, you'd be lucky to get $20 for this card nowadays. Under 50, I doubt it. Under 100, impossible. All right, so let's see how it is relative to my other card. So we're gonna click. Yeah, so we'll click. Uh, Oops. Oh, you know what? This is just a GTX 760. So this is an Nvidia card. It's just yeah. So see the chip there? It's Nvidia. It's just like if you buy a PC, like this happens all the time. Like if you go down here and look at the other retail, so this is a real retail board, right? It's like the reason it's like that is because it fits into a complete package. Like you buy a computer, and the computer has like an Asus card, but it's just a repackaged NVIDIA card. I'm just curious if I can see a chip on here named NVIDIA. It'd probably be under the cooler. So yeah, I don't see any NVIDIA printed anywhere on this board that I can see without pulling it apart. But we can see it's explained very clearly on the site. This is a retail offering, and you see they do differ a bit, um, depending on how they're um, built, but ultimately they are the same card. So this is a GTX 760. So let's go to the database, GPU database. Let's do a let's go back. So GeForce. So this is what the card is. Okay, so now we have the relative performance. So let's see how much better my 2060 is. Okay, so here's what I've got. This is the nicest gear I have right now. Um, so I have a card that's three times more relative performance than that one. Which I mean, a card I got for free that's a third the relative performance. Honestly, like not bad, not bad at all. And I do have another card. I'm curious about what that one is. Ugh, should probably pull that one out and take a look. And this is that case that's difficult to deal with. You know what? This one is yeah. This is not a. This is more meant to be a like storage server. So I'll just forget about that for now. And this has a very, very difficult case to put on. Yep, and now it's trapped in this trap that it has. Uh, I cannot get this case back on. I did it before, but I can't do it again. Shoot, now I gotta struggle to get this case back on. Okay, I do not know how to get this case back on. Oh, there we go. Well, kind of. Uh, all right, well, good enough. For as difficult as this case is to get back on, that is a perfectly fine state. Okay, so there we go. I've got that Asus, which would definitely be able to make a dent in something. And then most importantly, I've got all of these drives. I've got I've got four solid state drives. I've got a 240. I've got a 1 terabyte, which is great. Definitely. I've got a 500, and I've got a 60. So, what are those from smallest to largest? All right, and then I've got mechanical drives. I've got a 2 terabyte, um, another 2 terabyte. So I've got three 2 terabyte mechanical drives that I can put in my machine. I just have to power it down and then repartition things, which is annoying and means I can't use my computer while I'm doing that. And then I've got two cases that I'll use later for uh, my home network, part of my sovereign cloud. So I might have to pop out the motherboards on those. Um, Yeah, but for now I've got those drives harvested. So um, yeah, so not the most exciting video, but yeah, it's already 35 minutes in. All right, so pretty happy with what I got so far. Um, let's take a look at creating the first agent, and let me try to just keep it simple. Um, I feel like I was trying too hard. Well, I want this to be really simple. So let me so yeah, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do it in I'm just gonna duplicate the agent. Um, yeah, I'm gonna make creating a local copy on my own profile. So I gotta log in. Now let's look at my profile. And I should have a local copy on there already. Yeah, see? So I've already got a local copy. So I just want to make this as easy on myself as possible. And then I'll do a more advanced, sophisticated local sort of thing that is the envy of the other people on Hugging Face, which I doubt that because there's computer scientists going to school and stuff that participate here. So they're probably always going to be a bit behind um, the class, but that's kind of the ideal situation. If you're always a bit behind the class, that means you're in a very smart class. All right, so we're still on Unit 1, Introduction to Agents. We're creating our first agent. So now I'm going to keep it very simple. I've duplicated the space. There we go. So I've got a local copy on my Hugging Face account, and we can see the application started, and uh, now the application is going. So if we take a look at the files here, and we take a look at app.py, we can see here's my assignment. So let's complete this assignment, and we'll try to keep things as simple as possible. What I wanted to do was host my own local API to a translation service, and then have it translate from English to German, whatever the agent feeds to it. So that way you get rid of the hallucination, and it does a much better job in translating. You don't have to just trust the LLM to be able to do that, especially which is especially important in the case of running it locally, because you can't just go out and run the greatest and latest LLM, Chat GPT, o3 mini high, that when it hallucinates, it still is more or less correct. You have to run a model that fits on your hardware. For me, that would be Llama 2 7B, and that's probably not going to do translation very well. So, but if you make it into an agent and allow it to use tools, then it could just call that API when you ask it to translate, and it'll get it perfect. It'll do even better than probably o3 Mini High. But unfortunately, that's just too sophisticated for me right now. With my disk situation, my partition situation, I just, if I'm pulling down models after model, if I'm pulling down API service after API service, I just don't have enough disk space to play with on that 250 disk. And yeah, I can use that 1 terabyte disk for sure. But even with that, I very quickly I can run out of space on that as well. And it's not my primary disk, so things don't go there by default. It's just my disks are completely just not organized very intelligently. So I can work with ChatGPT and have a discussion about that and get that sorted out later. But for now, I just want to get this done and move on so that I'm not falling behind in the class. So this is what we're going to do. So below is an example of a tool that does nothing. Amaze us with your creativity. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this comment. Um, Actually, let's talk to the to ChatGPT about this. Let's just have a brief conversation about this. Okay. Okay, so let me know. So then like this, let me know that you have received, received and reviewed the text above. All right, so let's have a brief conversation about this. Oh, but wait, actually, I can't use. Okay, so for some reason I can't use voice mode. Um, that's okay. I don't need to use voice mode. All right, so here's the deal. I'm that class you see. Oh wait, sorry. Is it a class? The decorated function. So it's called my custom tool, and it's decorated with the tool function. So you can see the comment on it's on line 10. It says below is an example of a tool that does nothing, amazes with your creativity. So what I was initially planning to do was to do it all locally and give my LLM that runs on my hardware, so that probably wouldn't be Qwen 2.5. I was thinking more Llama 2.7b because Qwen 2.5 32B is a bit beefy for my RTX 2060. I think Llama 2 would probably be better. Um, I was going to give it access to a local API that I would run uh, for a translation service, and then what I would do to impress them with my creativity would be to have my agent be able to translate English to German in a way much more better than basically any other way. So let's have a discussion about so yeah, let's have a discussion about that briefly, and just acknowledge what I told you, and then I'll tell you why it didn't work. And we can even turn on voice mode. Turn on, yeah.
I understand, you were planning to use your custom tool to hook up a local translation API, letting your agent translate English to German in a way that stands out. Since running Qwen 2.532B is too heavy on your RTX 2060, you were leaning toward using a lighter model like Llama 27B or Llama 2 to handle the translations more efficiently on your hardware. It sounds like you aim to create a superior translation experience with this setup. Now, can you tell me what didn't work as expected?
Just my computer like isn't set up very well. Like my disk situation is like really like odd. Like I'm running everything on a default C drive that has only 250 gigabytes. Now it's an M2, so it's fast as hell, and I love it. But it's just not enough space. It runs out of space really fast. The moment I put like one game on it, like it's completely out of space. So I have a secondary drive, a D drive that is 1 terabyte M2, which is, a gift from God. But, it's my secondary drive, so like it's not any good, It's like it's things don't go by there by default when I develop. Like it's not good for development, because things don't really go there by default because it's my D drive, not my C drive. So basically, what I want to do is I have a bunch of drives from old gear. I have three 2 terabyte Western Digital and Hitachi mechanical drives. So like, forget about ever running out of space. I could probably get 6 terabytes up on my computer somehow. I also have a regular SSD that's not M2, but it's a 1 terabyte drive. And then I have a bunch of other terabyte drives. So, or not terabyte drives, sorry. Then I have a bunch of other non M2 SSDs of various sizes. I have a 500, a 260, and a 60. So I can make my boot partition just go on one of these drives, or I could allocate my M2 to boot up so that boot up goes blazingly fast, you know. So it's just basically like I could work with you to rearrange my setup and redo my partitioning and make my computer better. But since I haven't done that yet, doing this kind of experimental local setup just means that I accidentally saturate my primary disk and like crash my computer. Like that happened to me twice while I tried to work on this. Ah, it's having trouble reading it back.
It sounds like you're running into some
It sounds like you're running into some serious disk space issues with your current setup. Your primary M2 drive is blazing fast but just too small at 250 gigabytes, and your secondary D drive, despite its larger capacity, isn't ideal for development since it's not set up as the default. You're juggling multiple older drives too, which means you have options, but they're not configured for your current workflow.
Exactly.
A few ideas to consider: repartitioning or
Let's get
reassigning
rid of
drives.
this.
It sounds like you're running into some serious
Yeah,
disk
there we
space
go.
issues with your current setup. Your primary M2 drive is blazing fast but just too small at 250 gigabytes, and your secondary D drive, despite its larger capacity, isn't ideal for development since it's not set up as a default. You're juggling multiple
Right.
older drives too, which means you have options, but they're not configured for your current workflow. A few ideas to consider: repartitioning or reassigning drives. You might move your OS and critical development tools with fast M2 while offloading larger files, like model weights and translation API data, to one of your bigger drives. Using
Right.
symbolic links or mounting points, this will allow you to redirect heavy directories like your project work or cache directories to a larger drive, keeping your primary drive free. Storage pools or caching. Depending on your OS, you might explore solutions like Windows storage spaces or third-party SSD caching software to combine the speed of your M2 with the space of your larger drives. It's frustrating
Right.
to have your experiment crash your computer due to disk saturation, especially when you're working on something as cool as a superior English to German translation tool with Llama 27b or Llama 2. What aspects of your
Right.
setup would you like to focus on first? Are you considering a complete partitioning overhaul, or would you prefer a workaround like symbolic links for now?
Well, here's the deal. The course has a schedule, and on Monday, the next unit is going to be released. And I haven't finished unit one, and there's a bonus unit out there as well. So I'm falling behind. It's Friday, so I really only have a few hours now to work on this. And then I can try to squeeze in more hours, but there's a special event happening this weekend that I want to prioritize spending time at. So I'm falling behind. So I don't need to get this extra with it, I think. All I need to do is just basically the bare minimum to pass this. I need to build a tool that my LLM agent can use. And you know, they say like, oh, like, you know, make this cool or whatever, but I think I was making it too cool, if you know what I mean.
I get it, you're under a tight schedule and need to hit just the bare minimum to pass Unit 1. Instead of over-engineering a super cool translation tool, it might be best to implement a straightforward custom tool that performs English to German translation. You could, for example, wrap a call to a simple translation API or even use a predefined dictionary.
Well, let me stop you there. So it's not, the thing is like the example in the tutorial, right? The example in the writing was literally just a calculator function that multiplies two digits. So like I think I should just forget about like translation and just have it use like a really good idea would be like a tool that prints out like ASCII art to the ASCII art to the screen, like art to the screen, you know, like a really simple thing that doesn't involve like a local API and like, you know, like all this like sophisticated stuff.
Your idea of switching to a minimal ASCII art tool is excellent. It's simple, lightweight, and won't bog down your system. Instead of interfacing with the translation API, you can create a tool that simply returns some cool ASCII art.
Yeah, that's
This
what I
approach
should
is
do.
similar to the multiplication tool in the tutorial and should satisfy the bare minimum requirement for Unit 1. Here's an example implementation. This tool is minimal and self-contained. It simply returns a fixed ASCII art, in this case, a cute cat, which the agent can then display.
Right.
You can modify the art or even extend the tool later if you want more variety. Does this approach align with what you had in mind?
Yeah, that's a lot better. Let me pause. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to make it really simple. So below is an example tool. It does nothing. Amazes your creativity. I can get rid of that. I'm going to say, and I could even take it from there, ASCII art printer. Let's do that. Um, and then, yeah, it doesn't even need any arguments or anything. We're just going to keep it as simple as possible. And it's going to, yep, return a string. So it's important to specify the return type. The return type will be a string. Um, uh, keep this, yep, so we got also important that it has the description. A tool that prints an ASCII cat. So we're going to say print ASCII cat will be the name of it. All right, so it doesn't have any args. Just say none. Uh, function has, so yeah, I think we can even get rid of that because there aren't any. Okay, so we're going to define ASCII cat equals that. There we go. And then we'll return an ASCII cat. There. See, that's I think this is fine. Um, okay. So and let's do this args part just because uh args none this function takes no args. Um uh I guess what we could do is so print me out. I guess what we could do is give it a cat or a dog. So print ASCII cat or dog. Okay, so arg1 equals, so arg1 would be a string. Okay, and it's going to return a string. So args, so this would be um, so we're going to call this arg cat or dog. I'm going to say args would be cat or dog, and say specify a cat or dog via a string cat or dog. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to say if cat or dog, oops, uh, equals cat, ASCII cat, let's say ASCII, we'll call this drawing, ASCII drawing equals that. Okay. We'll do elif cat or dog equals dog. ASCII drawing equals okay. That doesn't look so good. So let's do it. Let's search for it online. See dog. ASCII art dog. Oh, this is a good one. Let's go with this. All right, let's go with this. This is a great one, and it doesn't have extra characters. Oh, there's some great options. Let's go with this. I like this one better. Okay, this one's the best. All right, so we're gonna do ASCII drawing equals raw string. Paste that in there. Okay, and now for each of these lines, which hopefully I can not sure how I can select multiple at a time. What if I just do this? There we go. That'll work then. Okay, so there we go. Um, okay, if cat or dog equals cat, then ASCII drawing with that. If else, if cat or dog equals dog, and we'll say else ASCII drawing equals invalid argument, enter either so we'll make this single quote so I can add those quotes there. So enter either cat or dog exactly as seen in quotes. Okay, so there we go. So now I've got to change this to ASCII drawing. Oops, and I don't need to save it. Or unless I do need to save it. I guess I don't. Oh, yeah, so I do need to commit it. So we're going to commit the changes. We're going to say just simplified function to pass unit. Okay, decided to scrap more complicated ideas that depend on sophisticated local development setup. Simply need to modify my disks and partitions. Then I can do more advanced local development. In the meantime, I am falling behind the course schedule, and I think this idea is good enough. Dog idea to generate ASCII drawings is good enough. All right, so there we go. I think that's everything. So I'm going to commit that. I should probably test it before I do that, but I'm going to commit that directly to the main branch without doing a code review because this is just a simple one for this. So now the application is starting up. So might get a yeah. So let's move on. Okay, so there we go. So now we build out a tool. So I build out a tool there. Um, yep, dummy non-working tool, actual tool. So now here's the agent. Okay, so the agent still uses inference client. We saw in an earlier section behind the HF API model class. We will give you more in-depth examples when we present the framework in Unit 2. For now, you need to focus on adding new tools to the list of tools using the tools parameter for your agent. So we need to modify another file here. For example, if you could use the DuckDuckGo search tool that was imported in the first line of code, or you could examine the image generation tool that's loaded from the hub later in the code. Adding tools will give your agent new capabilities. Try to be creative here. So here's the complete one. So we've got oh, okay. So they're actually suggesting that you can use these other tools here in your code, custom code down there. But we do need to modify. This file some more here. So we have to actually give it the tool to be able to use it. Didn't do that yet. So here's the tool here: print ASCII cat or dog. So yep. So tools final answer. So don't remove final answer. Final answer equals final answer tool. So keep that in there. And then add both of those tools, both the example one and the one I made. Oh, and I don't have it in edit mode yet. There you go. All right, so here's the one I made. And then here's the other tool. And then what we could even do is give it some tools that already were written by other people. So let's give it the DuckDuckGo search tool as well. And look, it already has it. So let's give it that. Okay, and I'll make this look nice and pretty. This is typically how I think most developers write this and how it looks best. There we go. All right, so there's all the tools. So let's commit that. So commit changes, added tools to code agent. Agent includes my custom tool that I made to pass the unit. There, the unit example, and a pre-written web searching tool. All right, commit that to main. Okay, so your goal is to get familiar with the space in the agent. Currently, the agent in the template does not use any tools, so try to provide it with some of the pre-made ones, or even make some new tools yourself. So I did that. I made my own. So we are eagerly waiting for it in the Discord channel. So let me put it in the Discord channel. So Hugging Face here. And agents course showcase is what they said. Yep. So congratulations, you built your first agent. Don't hesitate to share it with your friends and colleagues. Since this is your first try, it's perfectly normal if it's a little buggy or slow. In future units, we'll learn how to build even better agents. The best way to learn is to try, so don't hesitate to update it, add more tools, try with another model, etc. In the next section, you're going to fill the final quiz and get your certificate. Perfect. So here's my, so let me share that with the community on there. So, oh, we got a runtime error. So let's, so the space has encountered, so yeah, so let's open the logs to get more information. Um, huh. All right, not seeing what the issue is. Oh, here we go. So there we go. So, oh, okay. So this element is not of class tool. Okay. So putting that pre-existing one in there didn't work. It's not a tool. All right, so maybe I had to put it like this. Will this work? I don't think that will work, but I'll try it. So I'd like to put let me put the error in there. So if I duplicate that tab and go back to the error, assertion error, yes. Uh, so T shooting. All right, let's see if that works. So we can see here it's building it. So we can do starting now. All right, and I'll work on my, so here's my first agent. First agent decided to keep things as simple as possible for now so that I don't fall behind schedule. First idea was to run a local language translation service and have the agent use an API to translate English to German. But my disk and partition situation on my development PC needs work. First, my primary disk is only 250 or so. It's only about so once I pull down a model, I'm basically out of space. I have other disks to solve this problem, but I have to go through the annoying steps of setting everything up and repartitioning. So that brings me, okay, and I'll put post the link here. So that brings me to my very simple idea to get past this and move on with the rest of the course. The agent now has the ability to produce a cute ASCII drawing of either a cat or a dog or a cat. Okay, so let's see if that, oh, runtime error again. So let's look at the logs. Yeah, that's not how you do it. That's not how Python works. Okay, so I'll just keep it really simple and take that out of there. Keeping it simple. All right, so now hopefully this works, and hopefully that's faster since it's not going to run into an error. Yeah, so now it's running. Okay, so cool. Now it's working. And let me put follow my journey through this course on my YouTube channel. Okay, so okay, get an extra one for that. Here's my first agent. All right, so there we go. So now we can say, hello, how are you? Assuming my keyboard works. It looks like it's not working. There we go. So now I'm interacting with my agent. It says that it's running, but unfortunately it's not answering me. Draw me a picture. Oh, so yeah, we've got a problem here. The agent isn't responding. Ah, man, that sucks. Why is it not responding? Uh, it should just have a basic model, so I should be able to just talk to it. Uh, uh, what the heck? It should just work. Okay, I'm very confused. Oh, I'm gonna type it first agent rather than first agent template. It's a good idea. Uh, oh, can I not rename this now? I can't. Yeah, I copied it, but I didn't rename it. That's okay. But what did other people do? Yeah, okay. That one person is just the smart person in the class. Everyone else did it this way I did it. All right, well, let's see if these other people have a working agent, because mine is not working. You can see if I type hello to my agent, it doesn't respond. Yeah, so here's somebody else's agent. If I say hello, oh, theirs doesn't work either. Okay, here's another person's agent. You just type hello. Oh, their agent doesn't work either. Is anybody okay? Oh, cool, I got a reward. I got level 3. All right, so I can get rid of these embeds. So here's my first agent. I decided to keep things as simple as possible for now. Uh, is anyone's, oh, nobody's agent is working. I type hello into this and it doesn't work. Is anyone's agent working? Or do you have to type a specific message? Oh, yeah, you have to have a prompt, prompts.yaml, it looks like. Do I have a prompts.yaml? Yeah, I have a prompts.yaml. Did I need to update it? Huh. It should respond if it's running. This is bizarre. I don't know what's going on. Is anyone's... Yeah. Yeah, when I go hello, it just doesn't do anything. Got 2 likes, that's good. Is anyone's agent working or trying out? Well, my alarm doesn't respond to anything. Um, Because I should be able to type a chat message and it should reply, but that's not happening. See, like what we got here. So, what's the difference between quantum computers and classical computers? Uh, oh, look at this. So here's a smart person in the class. Somebody sitting at the front of the class wrote a an agent that allows them to get uh, to use Wikipedia. But if I do everything, so what is the difference between quantum computers and classical computers? If I put that same thing in there, what is the difference between quantum computers and classical computers? So I give it the same prompt he gave it. It just, oh, now it is working. Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's take a look at the files here. Maybe this phrase shows up somewhere. Uh, oh, does final answer have to come first? I'll even change the model. Did he change the prompts? No, but he changed a lot. All right. Well, what if I just say, hello, how are you for this? Wow. Okay. So now it is working. Okay. So yeah, this is obviously somebody at the front of the class that hasn't eaten the crayons yet. So so I better take these crayons out of my mouth and pay attention. Uh, okay. Uh, okay. So we can see this person changed all of their model configuration. Uh, Good. Theirs is working great. Okay. Model configuration. Yeah. See all this model configuration code here. Um, they completely changed. Oh, I see. If the agent, got it. Found it. Found my answer. Okay, so let's do Python like that. Yeah, so the model is overloaded. Please use another model or the yeah. So okay, so I gotta I'll just change it to their model information. So we gotta go to edit mode. There we go. Yeah, this person is obviously one of the smarter people in the class. All right, so I'm gonna follow this person. So I'm gonna go click on their username and follow them. Okay. Okay, so comment following comment suggestion suggested to use another model if there's no reply from the LLM, which can happen often because the LLM can become overloaded if you are using the online Hugging Face instance, which is likely being used by the entire class, being constantly overloaded by every student in the class using it. All right, so building. Okay, look, well, this person is having internal errors, but so let me try to troubleshoot theirs. So they have f.py. Okay, they didn't remove that. Oh, you know what? I bet you you have a typo. Yeah, I bet you they have it called here under Swiss. Oh no, it is SUISS knife. Okay. See, I thought what they might have had was Swiss knife advisor tool here with a SWISS, but up here SUISS or the other way around. Okay, they also have weather history and weather forecast. Because if it doesn't match what's down here, it's going to be an error. I don't know if it's going to be a 500 server error, but I'm just trying to figure out why this person's project failed. All right, so mine's now in running state. So now I can say hello. Okay, there we go. Now it works. So now I'm going to say the test is not clear. Using the available. Oh, here's a cat and the. Okay, well, just draw me a picture of the cat. Oh, look, it did it. Oh, perfect. Okay, now draw me a picture of a dog. Oh, heck yeah. Wow, cool. Okay, well that's cool. So let me do snipping tool. Ah, perfect. So oops, this doesn't work. Okay, well I need a snipping tool somehow. So here we go. So let me put it down here, and okay, that's pinned down there. Okay, mine now works. Okay, now mine works. I changed the model code to copy. Okay, perfect. So let's spend some more time troubleshooting this other person's problem. Uh, okay, oh, actually, I think they fixed their problem. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's a problem there as well. Uh, well, anyway, I think this is good enough to move on. I've got the cat printed out. I've got the dog printed out. So that's my first agent. So yeah. So I'll include that in. Oh, and I went a level up as well. I'm now a level 4. Okay. So yeah, that's it with that. So now all I got to do is take the quiz. So well done working through the first unit. Let's test your understanding of the key concepts so far. When you pass the quiz, proceed to the next question to claim your certificate. Good luck. So here is the interactive quiz. This quiz is hosted on Hugging Face Hub in a space. It will take you through a set of multiple choice questions to test your understanding of the key concepts covered in this unit. Once you've completed the quiz, you'll be able to see your score and a breakdown of the correct answers. One important thing, don't forget to click on submit after you passed. Otherwise, your exam score will not be saved. So, uh, and I should be logged in already. Yeah, I'm logged in. So you can use an alternate link. So I haven't passed it yet, so I'm gonna do it. Oh, and it says please log in. Oh, you have to log into this special. Oh, all right. Well, here's the quiz. So log in first, click start. Answer each question, click next. I'm not sure if I let me be uncontroversial with this. I'll pause it, take the quiz, and come back. All right, and there we go. I'm a genius. I passed it, so I can automatically put it on um, my LinkedIn profile. I'm going to do that. So here's my certification. There we go. Save it. So I got it today, which is February 21st of the year 2025. It doesn't expire, so I'll leave that blank. And there we go. Um, yep, so I'll post it now. All right, so that looks good. Now that you have successfully passed the quiz, you can get your certificate. Got it. I'll probably download another copy of it on just when you complete the quiz, it'll grant you access to certificate of completion for this unit. You can download this and share it to the certificate to showcase your progress in the course. So let's do that. Yeah, so click on this download arrow here, and I'll just keep it in downloads. Say completed Hugging Face certificate. Call it that. Okay, and I thought maybe I did have a space for this under Hugging Face or under Agents. I think that was somewhere else. So yeah, I'll just keep it in downloads for now. All right. Once you receive the your certificate, you can add it to your LinkedIn, share it on X, Blue Sky, etc. We'd be super proud and love to congratulate you if you tag at Hugging Face. Oh, I forgot to do that. So let's go to my posts. Uh, oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I did take it. Okay, perfect. All right, so conclusion. Congrats on finishing this course. You've just mastered the fundamentals of agents and you created your first AI agent. It's normal if you still feel confused by some of these elements. Agents are a complex topic and it's common to take a while to grasp everything. Take time to really grasp the material before continuing. It's important to master these elements and have a solid foundation before entering the fun part. If you pass the quiz test, don't forget to get your certificates. In the next bonus unit, you're going to learn to fine tune a agent to do function calling, aka be able to call tools based on user prompt. Finally, we would love to hear what you think of the course and how we can improve it. There was a typo, but it's okay. There wasn't anything really pressing. So there we go. That's it for Unit 1. So now it's the bonus unit. So let me just read the introduction, and then I'll end the video. And next video, I'll try to get this bonus unit done before the weekend because Unit 2 will be released on Monday. So bonus unit is fine tune your model for function calling. Welcome to this first bonus unit where you'll learn to fine-tune a large language model for function calling. In terms of LLMs, function calling is quickly becoming a must-know technique. The idea is, rather than relying only on prompt-based approaches like we did in Unit 1, function calling trains your model to take actions and interpret observations during the training phase, making your AI more robust. When should I do this bonus unit? This section is optional and is more advanced than Unit 1, so don't hesitate to either do this unit now or revisit it when your knowledge has improved thanks to this course. But don't worry, this bonus unit is designed to have all the information you need, so we'll walk you through every core concept of fine-tuning a model for function calling, even if you haven't learned yet the inner workings of fine-tuning. The best way for you to be able to follow this bonus unit is number one, know how to fine tune an LLM with transformers. If that's not the case, check this. Okay, so this requires some prerequisite knowledge of prior courses, specifically the NLP course. Number two, know how to use SFT trainer. So to fine tune our model. To learn more about this, check this documentation. So remember, SFT, supervised fine tuning, is what it stands for from reading the book. But it looks like this course is kind of a nice prereq. So starting with this course next. So this should be the next course that I do because it is called out a lot. So let me just put this one up. So this is the NLP course. Let me put this right here. There we go. That's the NLP course. All right, looks good. So what we'll learn function calling, how modern LLMs structure their conversations effectively, letting them trigger tools. We'll learn LoRA, low rank adaptation, a lightweight and efficient fine-tuning method that cuts down on computational and storage overhead. LoRA makes training large models faster, cheaper, and easier to deploy. We're going to learn the thought, act, observe cycle in function calling models, a simple but powerful approach for structuring how your model decides when and how to call functions, track intermediate steps, and interpret the results from external tools or APIs. And we're going to learn new special tokens. We'll introduce special markers that help the model distinguish between internal chain of thought reasoning, outgoing function calls, responses coming back from external tools. By the end of this bonus unit, you'll be able to understand the inner workings of APIs when it comes to tools, fine-tune a model using the LoRA technique, implement and modify the thought, act, observe cycle to create robust and maintainable function calling workflows, design and utilize special tokens to seamlessly separate the model's internal reasoning from its external actions, and you'll have fine-tuned your own model to do function calling. So let's dive into function calling. All right, and I'm going to do that in another video. So that's it for this video. This is the end of this. So this is the end of Unit 1. So next I need to get the bonus unit done, which hopefully won't take too long because it's just a shorter bonus unit. And then Unit 2 will be released on Monday. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another video. Let me quick check in because this stuff happens fast on the Discord. These people are actually sitting at their computer right now. A lot of them are probably. Okay. I just wanted to check if anyone. Okay. So it looks good. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one.